On today's video, I'll show you a bunch of RF generation machines. Last episode, we checked out the auto sorting system, which turned out pretty good. Like, we have a bunch of resources, and we'll put that to use today, even though we're in creative mode. Okay, so in this room, I have a bunch of generators out there. That we're gonna keep for last. We have a generator there and a generator there. This is just basically the generators I mostly use when playing Let's Plays. Okay, so the first generator we're starting with is a magmatic dynamo. This thing can burn lava or blazing pyrotheum, which gives you 2 million RF in total. And blazing pyrotheum is sulfur, coal, redstone, and blaze. But for early game, you might want to use lava. So let's go down to the basement. So I got a creative tank here. If I do that, nice. So if I do extract, lava should go in. And that thing produces about, I'm not exactly sure, about 40 RF a tick. Just like that, without any augments. Okay, so put that there. And that thing will produce for us 40 RF a tick. Let's get the UI, 40 RF in. And you can later on put augments in all these thermal expansion machines. If we go to thermal, all of them have the expansion upgrade. So right now, just by doing the resonant, it bumped 40 up to 120, which is 4 times the value. And then you can add more augments like this one. Increases power generation. So you can like add 4 of them and it will give you like 600 RF, which is kind of crazy. But you need to balance this out. Like if you don't have an infinite lava supply like I do, then you need to get like there's a specific one for each generator. I think it's augment. More RF is produced by fuel, so it will increase the total fuel production. Prevent RF loss through flux generation, but I'm not going to care about that. Let's move on to the next fuel. The next generator I second go to is the compression dynamo, which can do a bunch of things. Use a bunch of things. The one I usually go with is the refined fuel one. It gives me again 2 million, which is kind of a lot. So creative mode in there, and I'll show you how to get refined fuel now in JEI. So this thing produces on its own also 40 RF a tick, and it needs some sort of bucket. But that won't go in there. What if we do this and get a cable? So just by doing that, upside, extract. So it needs a coolant and that to produce 40 RF for 2 million, which is quite a lot. And again, you can add augment, hardened, till resonant, and it'll give you a boost. Okay, I already got that. I forgot I'm in creative mode. Okay, so did I place that augment in? Go. There we go. So again, 4 augments and 120. The last one, I don't actually use this one, but I thought it was pretty cool. Like if you have a nether wart farm and you have some redstone, you can put that to good use. Which is, I got the magma crucible down here, so if we get some redstone, there we go, and just chuck it in there, it will slowly produce redstone. Again, you can speed up these machines. And if you extract, most of them, their base energy is 40 RF, I think. Like that's the standard for all of them. Yeah, 40 RF, which you can upgrade. And then if we get some nether wart, and that will produce like 100,000 RF, which is pretty cool. So if we go to JI, yeah, 100,000 RF, and there's more like cryothium dust, which is a bit difficult to get. Snowball, redstone, so just a bunch of redstone. And what else do we have? We have erothium dust with tectonic petrothium. Wow, that's a mouthful. Okay, so you get that. I think you get that by obsidian and dust, because most of them is just redstone involved. So thus all of them produces about 40 RF tick. You can augment them, and the main thing is that they produce different amounts of RF. Like this one produces 2 million in total, and this 180. You want something that's about close to 1 million or something. Like 100 RF won't do you any good like in late game. Okay, now we're moving on to like a little better tiers. The combustion generator. This is a block that really, if you want to get the rocket fuel in. Okay, I don't have a creative chest down here. Let's quickly go into creative mode and get a tank. A drum. I usually use rocket fuel for this guy. Okay, so let's get rocket fuel. And I'll show you how to get rocket fuel now. And if we set this to insert, this thing produces 160 RF. I think for a total of 1,000,000 RF per bucket of rocket fuel. So if you get that in there, and there, 160 RF a tick. And rocket fuel, you get in the vat, using redstone and gunpowder, which you get by Hooch. And it doesn't show me Hooch's recipe, but I think I can go in here. Hooch is just water, some plant material, and then you get Hooch. And that's pretty much it. Okay, now we're going to the little bit mid-game tier. Those canola generators. They are the best. Like, I haven't seen anything better than this. Okay, so you can get the basic oil bucket. This is the basic oil. Why doesn't it let me put it in? Creative, go in. There we go. So oil bucket. This thing produces, if we extract, doesn't oil go in there? Let's try and putting them in just like that. Not like that. Okay, put them in like that. Okay, cool. It works now. So that thing produces about 200 RF for 1 bucket of canola, crystallized oil bucket. And if we go down and get the other bucket, go to creative, and then you can get the empowered version, which produces about 350. So that would go up to 550. So that one, this one is producing 200, this one is producing 350. And I'm not sure if it's oil or canola this thing uses. Oil? Yeah, oil, 100 RF. So apparently you can't pipe it in from the bottom. I did not know that. Okay. Now we're gonna go to like the broken generators. These things you can really, it breaks your game. Okay, so the first thing we can do is a culinary generator. Go down to the basement. I set up 2 garden closures here. One producing potatoes and the other one producing baked potatoes. Okay, now let's look at this. The potato produces 8 RF a tick. Get a capacitor up here. And set 8 RF a tick. Okay, it's still storing. There we go. 8 RF a tick for about 15 seconds. The cooked potato produces 35, 40 RF. Exactly the same as those. Now the thing about the what are they called? Extra utilities machines is you can add speed upgrades. So if I add like 1 speed upgrade, it increases it to like 80, so it doubles it. So if I do 1 again, it's gonna go up again. Okay, ran out of potatoes. Let's just put potatoes in there. So it went up to 80, now 120. So it goes up with every upgrade. It increases it with a base value. So if you put like 20 up there, we have a total of 800 RF a tick. Compared to this, like the most this thing could give me with all those upgrades was 600. And this thing with 20 speed upgrades. Now note, to do all those crazy things, you'll need a bunch of grid power because we got this here. But it's quite easy to get grid power too. So I'm not going to show you how to do that. I assume that you know how to get grid power. Okay, so this thing produces 800 RF a tick. What makes this whole build even more broken is in the augment slot, you can add this augment, trivection chamber. So for every 1 potato you bake, you get 2. So the garden close creates potatoes. You get 2 potatoes every time, so you extract. And is this thing on insert? Nice. If that's on insert and extract, and you have a bunch of these generators, you can have like, let's get another generator just to show it off. So put 1 there, put 1 there, put 1 there, and put capacitors on there. Okay, so they're doing nothing now. Let's get some speed upgrades. If you have a bunch of these generators and a bunch of garden closures, you can really get good amounts of power. Okay, I can't get in there. Just get in there. Put that back. So right now it's producing nothing. Let's get some cables in here. Boom, boom. That's what I say. These extra utilities generators are really broken, and you'll see what I'm talking about when we go outside to that. Okay, so this can go in here. With grid power, you can break anything. Okay, so this thing should produce 800 times 4 if it extracts fast enough. It's not. Okay, So remember I said at thermal you can get these speed up, these augments. So if you add one of those, I'm gonna add a resonant. So go into this mode. Can I add a resonant? Resonant kit. Why can't I add a resonant kit? There we go. So it gives you space. There's like speed upgrades. Yeah, here it was this one, processing speed. So if you put this in, the machine works faster. You put another one in, machine works faster. Do note at the cost of some energy. 240 energy to keep these machines running. I'm not in creative. Creative go. So are you even running? Insert. Let's set this thing to round robin. Round robin. So it'll put one in each. So in total we're producing 2000, 3000. See what I'm talking about? These machines are broken. So you need remember to put that thing in round robin. What that basically does is for every inventory it can go to, it will put one in each inventory every single time it goes out. So it won't stack one inventory. It will go from 1 to 1 to 1 to 1. So you can get a bunch of RF. And last episode we set up this quarry that gets coal and things. We got a bunch of coal. I think I put this cable here. Yeah, here's a cable. If you get this cable down here and set it in here. Not lapis lazuli. Get a filter. Insert coal. What this will do is will turn coal into red coal, which its burn time from 1600 to 11,000. And if we take that and just do this and go up here and insert. Are you going in? Oh, you're not extract yet. Extract, insert. Let's go see how much power that thing is producing. So this thing is producing about, let's wait till the end, 40 RF. So if we add a bunch of speed upgrades, exactly the same as the potatoes, so you can get like 800 RF a tick for coal, which like I think triples or quadruples. Like one coal turns into 4 times the amount of coal with just a bunch of grid power. And you can do the exact same here. You get a bunch of energy. So that's just the broken machines. And the last machine I usually use is this one. The one from Immersive Engineering. Immersive Engineering has its set of multi-blocks. So let's get game mode. So if you put like something hot like lava and water on the side, it produces RF. So I'm going to use ice and yellorium. Yellorium is reactant and the ice is cool. So if you put this down here, that thing produces 40 RF a tick, 45. That thing always produces 40 RF a tick. So it doesn't need fuel like this. So this thing produces 40 RF a tick with redstone and other things. So if you want to like not be wasteful, have a passive power gen, you can set up a bunch of these. But it will only ever produce 42 RF per tick. And you can't have augments. And to step it up a little bit, I got this generator. This is the endogenic generator. It is, compared to those machines, it is way more complicated. I'm not going to show you what I did here. If you want, you can like search on YouTube. I think I'll put a link in the description to like a video I think is useful that will show you the build. Not this exact same build, but a similar build. Okay, so if we connect this thing up here, these things start firing ender pearls from here to here to here. And one thing to note is to keep this whole build in one chunk. Like that's important. This machine works with ticks. And over here we can see how much RF. It usually goes up to like 10,000, 12,000. Right now it's a bit slow, but you can see it's fluctuating 5,000, 7,000. The most I've gotten was 12,000. So it's going up. There we go. 12,000. Just for the help of some ender pearls. And you can easily set up ender pearl farm. And that thing produces 12,000. Next up, which is also like endgame kind of power, mid-endgame. That is mid-endgame. This is the same mid-endgame. So if we activate this thing, this is called deep resonance. Now, right here we have a very weak crystal. This thing has a purity, a strength of 1%, purity of 1%, and efficiency of 1%. It's because I got it from here. I got this crystal, which is really bad. It's not that good, but you can get more. You can get better crystals by using the lens, the infusing laser, the purifier, the tank, all those things. But this thing does the negative effect about this is it gives radiation. So you want to make sure you encase this whole building in like dense obsidian or something that can keep out the radiation. So if I enclose this thing, which I'm not going to do now, it'll keep the radiation at bay. And for the last generator, this is basically endgame. So I think I've set up everything here. This is the explosive generator. No, this is the rainbow generator. The explosive generator is the one that's off. Okay, so let's go put that there. Remember how I said the extra utilities generators are broken? Okay, so that thing will explode. Now then it starts to make a rainbow thingy, and I'll show you how much power this generates right now. So to make this thing, you need a rainbow top half and a rainbow generator bottom half. To make that, you need all the generators of extra utilities. So there you need all those extra. Let's see if we can find the one. So there's the culinary generator we used inside, and the furnace generator. This thing produces a whopping amount of, let's flip the lever. Let it go up. 25 million RF a tick. Let's go in here. Look at that. 25 million RF a tick. That is insane, and the way to make this work is you have to run all the generators at the same time, and then you get 25 million RF a tick. This is basically get power. You're never gonna, if you get this generator, you don't have to worry about any of those powers. So no more energy problems. 25 mil, you're done. And I think I think that's it for the video. 25 million RF producing generator takes everything. So in this video we checked out the canola generators, which were kind of derpy, but this is like a good power source. 350 is a lot. But what I really like about the thermal expansion machines is you can really bump them up. Like where are those things again? If you get this, you can really bump the power production. But I think there's like a specific one. This is the compression dynamo. If we type in compression, there's a specific augment for every single dynamo at thermal. Let me find it quickly. Here it is. Greatly increases power generation and efficiency. I think you can only put one of those in. Am I right? Yes. So one of those, it goes from 120 to 400. Then you can add the rest, and you have a max of 760 RF attack, which is, it doesn't beat the extra utilities power. So if you go down here to the guard enclosures, we can see that it's kind of low. Let's input from the side. Can you input from the side? Is that even possible? No, you can't. What if we get a transfer node? Okay, I don't know why it's not inputting. Maybe it's on the wrong side. What about if I put it this side? Are you inputting? Yes, you are. Okay, let's break this thing. There we go. It's inputting potatoes. So it's using this guard enclosure and this guard enclosure. We should keep the steady 3000 RF tick. But if I would give you any advice, the best way to utilize power is to combine most of them. So maybe like have one of these, have two of these, and like have 4 of those, and then you'll be set. Like till you get to that generator over there. So I think that battery is full. It might be. But I'll see you guys. Ah, it's full. Let's switch this thing off. Both. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Bye bye. Until you find your way back home.